Fair catch, called for and made. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Here's the handoff. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds the
open runway ahead at the 20. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The offense lining up for a first down play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got his man. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Gets it out quickly. And it's loose. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Scanning the field, it's Velez. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man by himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
And this setter downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very agile. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. The aerial assault continues. Makes the grab. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Velez. Got it! Takes it to the house! Touchdown, Oregon!
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. Quarterback will audible. To the air on 1st down. Gets it out fast. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not...
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Got his man on the right. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this one splits the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. James Madison needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Harrisonburg behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Akron. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dropping back, it's Velez. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Got his man quickly. And the ball squirted out. Oh, and just like they drew it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He's going to pass on 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history. And just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
To throw, it's Velez. Throwing right. Complete downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. The ball squirts free. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The Ducks have moved it inside the 20. He'll come out throwing on first down. Forced out of the pocket. And he's got it! Touchdown, Ducks! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. This time on target. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. They have just 3 measly points on the board, but trying to cobble a little something together here before halftime.
Yeah, make something happen. And listen, if I'm this defense, I want to keep them right where they're at. Done a great job all game keeping them in check. Don't let them get some cheap points going into the half, get momentum, and start feeling confident about themselves.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Tuggle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Line getting set on second down. Direct snap. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds the tight end. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Buying some time as he moves left. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pass hits. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Strikes the blow. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
He's got his man across the middle. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Gets rid of it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Stopped after making the catch.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
After that last completion, it's second down. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to pass on second down. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Brings up second down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flipping forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
And the Dogs will move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Looking to scramble. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And that is a huge... for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
Quarterback checking off. Incompletion. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Trying to get closer, and they knock it free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The offense set for a first down play. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Now on the option. The pitch. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Rice. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying the left side. Trucks through the defender. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quickly out to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
So many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap.
And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Get set. Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on their recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Looking to pass. It's Velez. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Tuggle. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Going up top on first down. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. James Madison needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Harrisonburg behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 12 to Akron. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
First down for the offense.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Oregon 34, Georgia 10.
First down to start the drive after the break. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes the ground. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but
He gets it in. Touchdown, Georgia. How about this? These guys are going for two. Looking to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
To the air, it's Velez. Getting some heat. He lost one down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot at this DB. It's complete. Touchdown, Oregon. And the stomping has commenced. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. He wants to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped him.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Georgia going up tempo.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Unleashes it on the run. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Unloads to the right. Got his man. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Dogs are rolling down the field. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting.
Can anyone catch him? They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have...
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The deficit is huge, this one is all, but Overton, they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw, it's Velez. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. This offense has a second down play. Back to the ground with the running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He makes the connection. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Third and goal coming up here. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.